We have a text message from someone in the audience. This is interesting. They actually want to expand further on your hidden talent and ask if you have any hobbies outside of podcasting. Text message
So
received.
yeah, I did. Again, I did. Kind of
Did.
podcasting's kind of taken over my world. I
Mm-hmm.
used to obviously play basketball,
Uh-huh.
and then after I was done playing, I coached, and
Ah.
that kind of became my thing because I think when I was a kid, that the people coaching were either current players from like the senior team, or it was kind of players that kind of retired from playing and decided to move into coaching and kind of give up their time, like
Mm-hmm.
their free time, because no one gets paid for it in the UK.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it was people giving up their spare time to coach, and I don't know. I think when I got done playing, my friend Craig Nichol said, "Do you want to come coach?"
Mm-hmm.
And I was kind of like, yeah, I could give that a try and see if I'm any good at it. Turns out I wasn't too bad, so I very much enjoyed it. Enjoyed working with the boys, and I kind of moved up the age groups as well. So I started off like coaching like really young kids, like five,
Mm-hmm.
6 years old, and then when I finished, I was coaching under 18s.
Ah.
So I'd kind of moved up the age groups, and our club, as City of Edinburgh Basketball Club, are very unique in Scotland because they're the only club in Scotland that play also in England competitions. So I was basically coaching the Scotland team, and Craig and Katie and Troy, they coached basically the England team. So that was kind of your elite players were going down to play England, and my job was to develop the other under 18s so that maybe in the next year or the year after they could play in England as well. So very
Wow.
successful. It's a
Mm.
very successful club, to be fair. It's run really well. Claire Mackle, if it wasn't for her, I probably wouldn't have ended up going back to basketball. I didn't play basketball for 12 years, but I put in an email to the club and said, yeah, I'd like to come and try and see if I can still play. It turned out I really couldn't, but they gave me they gave me the opportunity, and it's a like I say, it's a great club. And if I had more time, if there was more hours in the day, I'd
Mm.
still be coaching there as well.
Yeah. Speaking of more hours in the day, there's just never enough. And I know your sleep schedule's shrinking by the day, if not by the moment. So, oh God, I don't know how you do it, buddy. I really, really don't.
It's funny. We had a guest on beginning of the season, John Murray. When I say guest, he's kind of like a stand-in host if me or Katie aren't available.
Hmm.
And he said to me one time we were recording, he says, James, do you actually ever sleep? Because like I was looking at the clock the other night and it was 3 a.m. your time and you were on Facebook. Like, do you
Hmm.
actually ever sleep? And he was like, and then you sent messages. And I was like, what the hell is this guy doing? So it's not like I just left my phone on. He was like, you actually sent messages. So yeah,
Yeah. I
sleep
wonder
is a
if,
premium.
oh, it is. It is. And it's something that we just kind of grab when we can, to be honest. Like it's definitely not the highest on the priority list. It probably should be, but
Just gets in the way.
it does. It's actually inconvenient, right? Like I think it's yeah, it doesn't fit our lives, and we've got way better things to be doing with our time than just laying in bed for 8 hours. And who's got 8 hours? 8 hours. Oh my god, unheard of completely.
Can't remember the last time I had 8 hours.
I nearly got it last night. I nearly did. I've purposely been kind of extending myself and getting shorter periods of sleep in the lead up to this recording because was going to be like super early for me in the new Kerry world. But yeah, I think I almost maybe 7.5, maybe, and I was like, Phew. Got up this morning. I'm like, oh my god, I actually don't look too bad. I think I look okay for a change, which is normally there's big bags and all kinds of stuff going on. So yeah, that was a nice change, I've got to say. Thank you, James.